Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Donald Clark. As you all know, I'm one of the acupuncturists here. And I just wanted to follow up from last week. We had a wonderful visit with Eric from Andrology last week. And the week before that, we had a wonderful visit from Embryology. And so we're starting to finally put some of these pieces together that we've been trying to put together for a while. And as we move into the future, I will also bring in other pieces of the picture to so that we can get a really good picture of what it is we do here and how we do it. And it's informative and makes everyone's experience a little bit better. I like to think. Today we're going to get back to Chinese medicine a little bit, and fundamentally Chinese medicine too. We're gonna talk about the effects of pain on the body and how that affects everything, how that affects our overall health, how it affects fertility, how it affects everything. And so, pain, right? Pain signals are fundamentally a very primitive uh, signal that our body gives to us to let us know that things are not right, right? And there's a couple kinds of pain. There's temporary pain, right? Pain that's just very fast and is gone in a day or two, or you step on a pricker kind of pain. And then there's chronic pain. But one thing that the types of pain all share and all have in common is that it immediately signals to the body that there's a problem and it needs to be addressed. You'll get an increase in heart rate, your blood pressure goes up, and you're flooded with all kinds of signals to let your body know that something needs to stop, whether it be stepping down on a nail or um, back pain. You need to start treating it accordingly. So I'm going to try to talk a little bit about the effects of chronic pain and or pain. It's short-term pain, but it's pain that lasts 2-3 weeks, and that's a long time to have a lot of pain. And so there's all kinds of pain associated with reproduction, especially with women, pelvic pain and menstrual pain. And those pains can be intense and they can be a bit of a long duration. So, treating pain in regards to your overall health, in regards to your fertility journey, sorry, is as important as anything else, as taking a supplement or building sperm, building egg quality, treating pain, right? So somebody or some people, persons that are in chronic pain, it can affect you in a couple ways. One of the main ways it can affect you is that it starts to wear on your spirit, right? It starts to wear on your persona, and it's common for people to become agitated, right? Snappy, and and un uninterested, right? Not connected to this the situational awareness around them, right? Because they're fully consumed with pain. So that's another reason why we need to treat the pain, right? Because if if you give pain a chance and you don't treat it, and if you give it a chance to thrive, it'll take over your body. As far as I'm concerned, pain is the first step to the decomposition and breakdown of our bodies, right? And of our being, right? It's pain isn't helping us flourish. It's doing the opposite. It's a signal and a step in the wrong direction of living, right? We want to live. We want to make life. We don't want to let pain take advantage of us. And I personally think pain is a living entity, right? It's in us, right? Just as much as our energy, life force is as alive as us, pain is also present, and it's alive and it does what it does. But what it really does is it lets us know that we are alive. So long-term chronic pain can really start to affect us. It can affect our moods, our overall immune function. our spirituality, our connectiveness to other people around our family members and the ones that we love. So it's super duper important that we treat it as soon as possible. Now it can be all kinds of, it can be elbow pain, it can be menstrual pain, it can be back pain, it can be so many different kinds of pain. It can be mental anguish pain, it's still pain and it can be treated. And as an acupuncturist, I can honestly say pain is one of the easiest things to treat, right? We treat it two different ways. We treat it what I call the ashi point, which means local point. So like if you have a sore wrist, right? We can treat it directly with needles, and that is very very powerful because what we're doing is we're going in with the needles, we're going right into the pain area where there's inflammation or a tear or some kind of an injury or a sprain or rotator cuff where it's constantly being used, ball and socket stuff, hips. We're going right into the area in which there's inflammation and pain, and we're treating it directly. And when you do that, you're causing the blood to move immediately. And so you get a flush of fresh blood, right? And in Chinese medicine, pain characteristics are similar with that of blood stagnation, qi stagnation. So as soon as we start needling and treating that area, you get this flush and this rush of blood and chi, and it flushes everything out. And new blood comes in, new oxygen, new healthy cells, and the inflammation goes down, right? So it was here, and now it's down to here, and it's not pushing on. It's not as inflamed, so it's not pushing on as much. It's not pushing on nerve receptor cells. It's not pushing on nerves. When you deal with the spine, it takes pressure off the connective tissue that leads to the muscles, right? So now the muscles are relaxed, right? So if you have a relaxed muscle, it's not pulling on the area, right? Because when everything gets tight and you get knotted up or inflamed, there's less room, and it pulls on the area in which the injury was, and that's the body's natural reaction to an injury, to swell and protect it, right? But in that process, you get outlining pain associated with it. So you need to shrink it back up, right? You need to take away the inflammation. Now that's treating it directly. Another way to treat it is what I call the whole body treatment, right? So in acupuncture and Chinese medicine, there are lots and lots of points they call aspirin points or pain relieving points, and they're super effective. And we can treat overall pain by treating the overall system of the body to reduce pain. And it can reduce inflammation and pain. I prefer to treat it directly and do the overall body treatment as well. So you take a big old acupuncture aspirin and you treat it directly. And when this happens, we have better range of motion, right? We can pick up our children. We can back the car up. We can go about our daily business. Now we feel better, right? Everyone feels better. We're happier. We're nicer. Things around us the sun comes out, right? It's not raining anymore, and we start to feel a lot better. And what that happens is it takes away all those stress hormones out of the system too. And we've talked about that countless times. Get rid of those stress hormones. So if you have a constant pain, you got to treat it. I do recommend that you treat it, especially if you're getting ready to start a fertility cycle, or in general, you just want to not have pain. Acupuncture and Chinese medicine is great. One of the first things I do recommend, and I do this myself, is if you have a new pain, like you pulled your back out, you pull your back out once every 6 months, right? It means something's tight. Your hips are tight, or your muscles are tight, or something is tight that's pulling it out, right? And I do encourage you to get lots of massage, right? That's always the first step. Get a massage therapist to get into your muscle group or your joints and start to loosen them up and get that blood flowing and get the old stagnation out. That's what a massage therapist does. That's the whole art of massage therapy, is to do exactly that. You can go get a massage to help you relax, and they're very good at that. But the hands-on and the movement of blood and muscle and chi is designed by nature, by massage nature, to treat conditions and treat pain. So first step, go get a massage. We have plenty here. We have lots. We have everything from A to Z and everything in between what you would like. So I do encourage that. Then, if it remains, or you just don't want to do massage and don't like massage, and you just want to do acupuncture, that's when we come in. And we are very powerful. We're very powerful healers when it comes to pain and pain relief and treating the overall condition. So schedule that. And there's lots of other things we do. We should be doing yoga and stretching and walking. We shouldn't be sitting around. You sit, you rust. That's what I was always told. You sit too long in one place, you end up rusting. We don't want to rust, right? Don't want to rust. So move, constant movement, be it yoga and general exercise and stretching, and go for walks outside. I see a question popped up. I'm just going to try to answer it real quick. I hope I can. So, a lot of acupuncture, there's lots of different styles of acupuncture too. There's strict Chinese style, right? Boom. There's strict Korean style, right? There's even an Indian style, a Japanese style. And then there's us, the Americans, right? And the American style. And, what we're trained in this country is we're trained in a little bit of a hodgepodge of everyone's style. And then it's up to us to figure out what style fits best for us. So if you find that some acupuncture is painful, it may be the practitioner. So, I wish I could say it's 100% painless, but it's not. You feel it a little bit, and I was always trained that a good acupuncturist feels the pain just before the patient feels it, and then you can stop, right? And so that means you have achieved the chi tonification and they call it the da chi. So you've touched the chi. And so you have it moving. So if you've had acupuncture in the past and it really wasn't a great experience, but you want to try it again and it wasn't a great experience because it hurt, I encourage you to try somebody else. And do not have any problems or hesitation with interviewing acupuncturists. I tell people all the time, interview your acupuncturist, see where they're coming from, see what training they have, what styles they have, what training they've had, how long they've been practicing. I strongly encourage you to interview them, and then what'll happen is you'll build rapport and you'll find somebody that you like, somebody that knows how to take it easy on you, or someone that knows how to stop right before you feel it, and that's what, in my opinion, makes a good acupuncturist. Someone who can listen to you and do exactly what you want them to do. So don't give up on acupuncture unless you really don't like it, and that's fine. There's lots of things you can do. So here we go into winter. It's been snowing a bit more here in upstate New York, and it's getting colder. And we're buttoned up. I've got every button buttoned except for that very top one, and I'm getting ready to button that one up this weekend. So we're going to be buttoned up for winter, and here come the holidays, and here comes winter. So don't go into the holidays and winter with pain, right? Because cold and wind and all of that are just going to make treating pain that much harder. Shoveling, snow, slip, fall, all of that. So try to take care of your pain now before winter really sets in. Okay, you'll thank me a million times over. And next week's a holiday, right? I hope you're all with family, and I will be. So I encourage everyone to eat well, don't overeat. Add some ginger, right? Add some ginger, some warming foods into your diet, maybe some cranberry, right? And so eat in moderation. Well, I will not be here next week. I guess that's a long story short. However, on the 3rd, we are going to have embryology back, and they're going to have a whole lot to offer you and to chit chat about. So, on the 3rd of December, you can expect embryology. So have your questions ready, right? Have your questions ready, and it'll be Maureen, and she'll help you again. I see another question popped up, so let me take a look here. So there's a question in regards to acupuncture and transfers. So there's if you have a transfer coming up and you are in cycle, I do encourage you to have acupuncture before your retrieval. If it's a frozen, I do encourage you to have acupuncture before your transfer. Simply two different reasons. One, if you're going to have a retrieval, we want to nourish those follicles as much as possible. We want to make sure your eggs are as viable as we possibly can, and acupuncture in the stem cycle will help do that. So acupuncture before retrieval. Now, if it's a frozen, acupuncture to build lining, right? So if you have never really had lining problems and your lining is always thick, and that's always a good start, it's not so important. But if you have ever had lining issues or anemia or blood deficiency issues, then definitely acupuncture and Chinese medicine leading up to your FET. Now, once you're here for transfer, then we obviously do acupuncture right before the transfer and right after the transfer, right on the same day. Boom. And it's a very effective in relaxing, deep state relaxation, and preventing cramping. So we that's why we do it on the day of transfer. But leading up to your transfer, it kind of depends on where you are in your cycle and you know how your overall nest is. And so acupuncture is gentle enough and effective enough to where it's not going to, you can't over acupuncture. I suppose if you did acupuncture every single day for 2 months, you might get a little tender, but it's in moderation is key. One other question, let's see here. So as far as medications to relax, there's a million of them out there, but I can't talk about any of them. I do encourage people to, drink chamomile. I love chamomile. It's such an awesome herb, and it helps us sleep so much, making sure you sleep is crucial. And I kind of left that out with the pain. If you have less pain, you sleep better, and everything gets better when you sleep better, right? So making sure you sleep and are relaxed you're right, is very important. So chamomile, right? I always like to, just a tiny bit of ginger, chamomile, lavender, essential oils. Essential oils are awesome too, in moderation. But as far as you know medications, I can't really comment on that. But there's a million of them out there. However, when you're in cycle, you really are limited on what you can take. So I encourage acupuncture, all those natural, yoga, meditation, massage, acupuncture, all those natural remedies are super effective, and they're 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 obtainable. They really are. They're not these great mysteries they were 25, 30 years ago. They're very obtainable, and there's lots of people you can talk to about it. Okay, you guys, have an awesome holiday weekend coming up, holiday week. Safe travels, okay? Put extra clothes in your car if you're traveling, extra snacks, extra food for the children and the pets that are with you. And be safe, keep an eye on the roads, and we'll see you on the December 3rd with embryology. Text me, email me, send me phone calls, blow me up. Wednesdays, I'm available for consultation. All right, you guys. Thank you.